People, Deluded, back again. What was I gonna say? Just clocked. I even got the Deluded shirt on. I got the old Arsenal thing on. Yeah, as you can see, it's stressed. But moving on. Tyrese John Jules, Xavi Amaechi, Xavier Amaechi is his full name. Two players I've got a lot of time for. I'm allegedly seeing the links like you lot that their club or their advisors or their family members or whoever is in talks with the club or in discussions over new deals. Now, potential is just potential. Both have a long way to go. I think both have a good chance of making it here. From what I see and whatnot, John Jules is highly thought of at the club by the coaching staff. Good reputation with with Lacazette, and I think he's a good player. First and foremost, the man knows how to take his chances and score goals. I think one thing he's got over all the other young strikers at this club is that he's very decent with his back to goal. I can't necessarily say that for everybody, and clearly Emery likes him because he's done his thing in Dubai. Hopefully he goes away with the first team wherever they go in pre-season and whatnot. Now he's 18, 19, he's got to be 18 so because he's in the under 18s for England. So people need to take time. I do think we need to be easy with him and let him develop, and I do think similar to Amaechi and players like that, they're probably at the age within the next 18 months to 2 years, they've got to really think about where they want to be as players and can it be achieved at Arsenal. I'm not saying it can, I'm not saying it can't, but if I look at John Jules, before Amaechi, bad boy striker, like I said, I think he's going to have a top career, but Aubameyang and Lacazette are here for the immediate future and both might sign new deals. He's also fighting with Balogun, who's probably in front of Greenwood but behind these two in that he's fighting Balogun to make it here, Eddie to make it here, the senior strikers to make it here, and obviously there's other that you've got the Greenwoods, you've got whatnot, so it's a melting pot. You've got to first and foremost think the key is obviously first team. He went off with the Europa League as well, with the Europa League side, didn't come off the bench, so he's on the cusp. Apologies for that, people, but as I was saying in regards to Amaechi and John Jules, they've got to think about within the next 18 months, first and foremost, the pathway for the first team. Because, like I said, John Jules, for example, he's been Dubai, he's been on the crust for the Europa League side. So you'd be inclined to believe he's going to make his official debut in some competition for the first team next season. But excluding the occasional cup competitions and whatnot, is that really what you want? You're looking in the next 18 months or so, he wants to be playing senior football somewhere where he's going to be given chances. And I know for a fact that German and French clubs are looking at John Jules and have been looking at him. It's nice to see he's being rewarded for the good seasons he's had since he's become a full-time player in the youth ranks and signed prospectively a new deal because nothing's been signed. But yeah, for next season, I would love to see him kept within the first team. He'd probably have to play under 23 football here and there, but make some progress. Possibly see how far he can go, because Wells is obviously gone. There's an opportunity for Eddie, him, and a couple others to make that third choice their own. Personally, I want to see John Jules, Balogun, Greenwood, all of them make it here. It's not feasible, but I want to see all of them make it here. I want either John Jules or someone to be Marcus Rashford, a striker that's come up through the academy in some capacity. So like I said, the next couple of seasons are going to be interesting to see for John Jules, because does he go out on loan and cut his teeth elsewhere? Does he stay here and be integrated? I'm not too sure. I believe in him regardless. Balogun's also signed a new deal at Arsenal, but you've got to think his next step is to get where John Jules and Eddie are, which is playing on a regular basis for the 23s. Obviously, you want to leave that, and if you can skip that step and go to the first team, cool. But if Eddie and John Jules, Eddie's probably the one ahead at the moment, then John Jules and then Balogun, and then Greenwood's probably the most behind. But it can all change. Amaechi as well. Apparently he's contracted until 2020 with an option of another deal. Not sure if the talks are to extend it by that extra year or for a new deal. But Amaechi, someone who was in Dubai, someone who, if you've been watching England's under-17s or Arsenal for the last couple of seasons at youth level, doing his thing. He's probably got to have looked at the Sanjos and things like that. And not everybody's going to end up like that. But I think if I go to a club with a clearer pathway, what could happen? Because you look on the wide options, there's a lot of wingers at this club. Saka and Amaechi are probably fighting each other as well in the pecking order. You've got Saka, you've got Amaechi. You've got Martinelli, who's just come to this club. Mkhitaryan is going to be used out wide. You've got young Reece Nelson. You've got Iwobi, who's used out wide, even if he's not a winger. You've got Emil, who can be used as a 10 and should be a 10 or an 8, but can be used there. And that's all before even talking about the links of bringing in a winger, first team level, directly impacting the thing to help us. So that's about 8 people fighting for 2 spots left and right. If you consider the fact that Aubameyang and Lacazette are here, obviously they're not wingers, but you look at the front 3 positions. If he's playing two strikers and is a 110 or something like that, then 2 wingers can't play. So game time is political at this club. It is very political. For me, if it's up to me, John Jules will be getting minutes to some capacity next season. Amaechi and Saka will be promoted along with Nelson and another winger. And Saka and Amaechi, similar to John Jules, they probably have to play a good chunk of 23 football. But I'd be little 20 minutes here and there. You see what I'm saying? Little start in the cup here and there. And if they impress and do their thing, obviously see them start and do their thing. Because I think Amaechi and Saka, again, they're young. We need to be easy and allow them to develop. But one, if not both, should be in the first team with Nelson and prospectively another winger. Like I said, it's political for both, really. Because when you play for a top 6 club, obviously you can have all the potential in the world, but these top 6 clubs have to immediately challenge to get in champs, to win leagues, etc. Can they really afford to give young players time? I mean, it's a melting pot, really and truly. And I believe, as much as I want all of these young players to stay and play at Arsenal, and I think they can all do it, I feel that it's a difficult decision because, one, first and foremost, be loyal to yourself, sign yourself. I don't believe any young player at Arsenal or elsewhere should listen to a damn thing any professional club tells you, whether it's legit promises or empty. You want to look back in your career and think, where could I have been if I took that step? You don't want it to be someone else. And at Arsenal and elsewhere, I see promising young players sign contract year after year. Before they know it, they're 21, playing under 23s, no significant experience, not kicked on, so they get released. And where can they go from there? Like I said, here or elsewhere, I believe Amaechi and John Jules can have good careers. It's lovely to see that they're allegedly in talks to sign new deals, of course, from an Arsenal proposition point of view. But as someone who loves youth and someone who loves these players away from being an Arsenal fan, they've got a lot to consider, man. I think both will sign new deals, to be fair with you. I do think, personally, I'm actually... I don't know. I think it's in the balance with Amaechi, to be fair with you. I personally think it's in the balance. I really think it's in the balance. Could be with John Jules as well, but I'm more confident about him signing a new deal than Amaechi, to be fair with you. Because if I was Amaechi and I seen the sheer capacity of wingers at this club, the fact that I haven't made my debut, the fact that a new winger in the youth ranks has come in and there's even talk of one at first team, I'd have to really think about what I'm going to do, because am I going to get football here because of the bodies? Am I going to get an opportunity? It's all fine and dandy training with the first team, but I want chances. And if I could get it elsewhere, if there's a clearer pathway where I can eventually progress, then I'd consider it, to be fair with you. Maybe, like I said, it's a fact that a lot of German clubs and French clubs have looked at John Jules and Amaechi the same. There's 30, 40 scouts at every Arsenal Academy game. Could Arsenal be worried because of that Amaechi might okay, let me go elsewhere and want to tie him down? Or do they want to progress him? I think they want to progress him, but I do think these players have to think long and hard before they sign these new deals. And I actually had a video about Balogun as well, but he signed a new deal, so I scrapped that. But yeah, on that note, I'm going to keep it moving. People, DG, I'm out.